morning. We're sitting here, and wife ran into the store and do some last minute Christmas shopping, so I'm sitting out here with the boys in the truck and doing a little bit of Bible reading. And something was said to me earlier this week. It kind of struck me, and it's something I wanted to deal with this morning. And there's a misconception on what it means to be Christ-like. Christ-likeness is often confounded with kindness and putting yourself down in order to lift others up, and as the world would say, allowing yourself to be a doormat in a lot of instances. And it's not that Christ-likeness isn't that, but that's not all it is. That's how the world wants to appreciate Christ-likeness. That's how they will accept it. Is, okay, you don't say anything about me. You accept me and everything that I am, and however I want to be, and you just accept me for whatever I want to do. And that's how Jesus would accept me, because he loves everybody. So whatever makes me happy, that's what I'm going to do, and Jesus is going to accept me that way. And frankly, that's not the Jesus of the Bible. That is not the Christ of this Bible. And although he ate with sinners, he didn't leave them that way. He met with sinners, he met with these people, but they left different. And so I was reading through Matthew chapter 23, and I'd like to just read through the whole chapter, but for sake of time and the chances of someone watching this video, I just want to look at a couple verses. And in chapter 23, Jesus is basically rebuking the Pharisees. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you compass sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, you make them twofold more the child of hell than yourselves. Ye fools, ye blind. Verse 24, you blind guides which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. Thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside them may be clean also. So clean the inside. Don't worry about near as much of the outside, your appearance, how people perceive you. What matters is what's on the inside. And we use that as an excuse, but sometimes that inside's just as ugly and not more so. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanness. Even so ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! Because you build the tombs of the prophets and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. Wherefore ye be witnesses unto yourselves that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets. Fill ye up then the measure of your fathers. Ye serpents, ye generation of vipers, how can ye escape the damnation of hell? Now these are harsh words. This is a harsh rebuke of Christ himself to these Pharisees, to the religious of the day. And it's not just because they're religion and because of religious, because at the beginning of this chapter, he actually says, hey, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. Therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do, but do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. So he recognizes these men are men of position and stature. God allowed them to have this authority in their lives. You're to observe what they say. But then he turns to them and he says, but I got a problem with you. I've got an issue with you, because you'd rather sit in the seat, you'd rather have people look at you, and it goes on to not have anybody call you rabbi or master, because you have a master, and that is Christ. And call no man your father upon earth, for one is your Father, which is in heaven. So he goes on, he just starts tearing into them. And what makes it different than just you and I going on a rant, right? What makes what Christ did and basically the righteous indignation, what makes that different versus you just tearing somebody down and trying to belittle somebody because you think that you see something better in them, or because you think you're better than them. The difference between just tearing someone down for the sake of tearing someone down is right here in verse 36. Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets, and stonest them which are sent unto thee, how often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathereth her chickens under her wings, and ye would not. Behold, your house is left unto you desolate. For I say unto you, ye shall not see me henceforth, till ye shall say, Blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord. So the difference is between just what we call righteous rant and then actual righteous indignation, being angry with sin, being angry with hypocrisy, is the fact that it comes from a broken heart. It's the fact that you want these people to deal with their sin, to get right with God, get right before God. You see them ruining and wrecking their lives, that they've been deceived, and that they're holding on to something that cannot save. They're trusting in something that honestly gives, that there's no salvation, there's no fruit in the end. He tells the Pharisees again and again in the Gospels, as they have this back and forth, again and again, he says, ye have your reward. You want to be seen of men. You want to be heard in the streets with your loud praying. You want people to they would pay their tithes with chains so people could hear how much that they would be giving. You have your reward. But what you don't have, and what you're in danger of, is in damnation. And so, friends, I just want us to remember that it's Christ-like to rebuke sin. It's Christ-like to call out wickedness and inequity. But it should be from a broken heart. It should be because we care about those people. It should be because we want them to get right with the Lord. We see that they're ruining and wrecking their lives. And frankly, friends, it's not Christ-like to let it go. It's not Christ-like to just watch somebody go off into hell and to not warn them that they're in danger. All right. God bless. Merry Christmas.